There comes a point in almost every footballer's journey where something strange happens. At first, improvement feels automatic. You train more. You play more. You touch the ball more. And every month, you can feel yourself getting better. Then one day, it stops. You're still training, still showing up, still putting in the work. But somehow, your performances look exactly the same. Your weaknesses don't disappear. Your decision-making doesn't improve. The mistakes you made 6 months ago are still showing up every weekend. And that's when most players make the biggest mistake of all. They think the solution is simple. Train harder. So they add another session, another drill, another workout, another hour. But what if the thing stopping your improvement isn't a lack of training? What if the real problem is that you're repeating the same version of yourself over and over again? Because the hidden reason most players stop improving isn't that they aren't working hard enough. It's that they've stopped learning. And those are two completely different things. Most footballers believe improvement is controlled by effort. If I train more, I'll get better. Sounds logical. But football doesn't work that way. Imagine a player who spends 500 hours practicing the wrong movement. Does he become elite? No. He becomes elite at making the same mistake. Football improvement isn't about how much experience you have. It's about what you're extracting from that experience. Two players can attend the exact same training session. One improves dramatically. The other stays exactly where he is. Same coach. Same drills. Same environment. Different results. Why? Because one player is collecting information. The other is just collecting repetitions. And this is where most footballers get stuck. They confuse activity with development. Being busy feels productive. But being productive and improving are not always the same thing. Here's what nobody talks about. The moment a drill becomes comfortable, your improvement starts slowing down. Not because the drill is bad, but because your brain already knows how to solve the problem. Think about your warm-up routine. How much concentration does it require? Almost none. You've done it hundreds of times. Your brain isn't adapting anymore. It's simply repeating. Now apply that to your entire football development. Many players spend years inside their comfort zone without realizing it. Same passing patterns. Same training intensity. Same decisions. Same mistakes. Same habits. Eventually, training becomes maintenance instead of growth. You're no longer building new abilities. You're preserving old ones. And that's why more training stops working. Because the quality of challenge disappears. Improvement only happens when your brain is forced to solve problems it cannot currently solve. No challenge. No adaptation. Lesson 1. Stop measuring training by time. One of the biggest lies in football is the idea that more hours automatically means more progress. You've probably heard players proudly say, "I trained 3 hours today." But here's the better question. What changed? What skill improved? What weakness got exposed? What new understanding did you gain? Because 3 hours of mindless repetition can be less valuable than 30 minutes of focused learning. Elite players don't just accumulate hours. They accumulate discoveries. After training, ask yourself, what did I learn today that I didn't know yesterday? If you can't answer that question regularly, your improvement has probably slowed. Training should create information, not just fatigue. A session that leaves you exhausted isn't necessarily a productive session. A session that teaches you something valuable almost always is. Lesson 2. Your biggest weakness is hiding inside your strengths. Most players spend too much time doing what they're already good at. And it makes sense. Success feels good. Confidence feels good. Comfort feels good. But improvement rarely lives there. Imagine a winger who is fast. Every training session, he relies on speed. Every match, he relies on speed. Every problem gets solved with speed. For a while, it works. Then the competition gets better. Defenders become smarter. The advantage disappears. Suddenly, he realizes he never developed his scanning, timing, movement, or decision-making. His strength became a hiding place. This happens everywhere. Strong players avoid improving technique. Technical players avoid improving physicality. Fast players avoid improving football IQ. Intelligent players avoid improving athleticism. The next level of your development is usually hidden behind the thing you least want to work on. That's why improvement often feels uncomfortable, because it forces you to confront what you've been avoiding. Lesson 3. You're solving the wrong problem. Here's a scenario. A midfielder keeps losing possession, so he spends extra time improving his passing technique. Weeks later, the problem remains. Why? Because passing wasn't the issue. Scanning was. He was receiving the ball without information. No amount of passing practice can fix poor awareness. This is where many footballers waste months. They attack symptoms instead of causes. Poor finishing? Maybe it's not shooting technique. Maybe it's movement before the shot. Poor first touch? Maybe it's not touch quality. Maybe it's body positioning. Poor decisions. Maybe it's not football IQ. Maybe it's a lack of scanning before receiving. The best players become great problem solvers. Instead of asking, "How do I improve this skill?" they ask, "What's actually causing this problem?" That's a completely different mindset, and it leads to much faster growth. Lesson 4. Matches are feedback, not judgment. Most footballers leave matches emotionally. Good game? They're confident. Bad game? They're frustrated. But neither reaction helps much. The smartest players treat matches like data collection. Every match reveals information. Every mistake points toward a weakness. Every weakness reveals a training priority. Imagine missing 3 chances. Most players leave thinking, "I can't finish." Elite learners think, "Why did I miss? Was it composure? Technique? Timing? Body shape? Decision making?" The deeper the diagnosis, the faster the improvement. A match is not a report card. It's a feedback system. The players who improve fastest aren't necessarily the most talented. They're the ones who extract the most information from their performances. Lesson 5. Chase adaptation, not perfection. Many players secretly train to look good. They want clean drills, perfect touches, perfect passes, perfect outcomes. But football isn't clean. Football is chaos, pressure, uncertainty, unexpected situations. That's why adaptation matters more than perfection. If every drill goes exactly as planned, you're probably not challenging yourself enough. Growth happens when things become messy, when decisions become difficult, when mistakes increase, when your current level becomes insufficient. That's where adaptation starts. And adaptation is what creates better players, not perfection. Think about learning a new skill. At first, performance gets worse. Mistakes increase. Confidence drops. Everything feels awkward. That's not failure. That's development happening in real time. The players who understand this don't panic when training becomes difficult. They recognize it as evidence that growth is taking place. So what should you actually do after this video? Start using this simple framework. After every training session, write down 3 things. What did I do well? What mistake appeared repeatedly? What specific skill needs attention next? After every match, ask, what problem hurt my performance the most? What caused it? How can I recreate that situation in training? Then build your next week's focus around those answers. Not random drills. Not random YouTube exercises. Not whatever feels comfortable. Target the actual bottleneck. Because football development isn't about improving everything at once. It's about identifying the one thing currently limiting your level and attacking it relentlessly. That's how progress accelerates. The footballers who improve the fastest aren't always the hardest workers. And they aren't always the most talented. They're usually the best learners. They treat every session like an investigation, every match like feedback, every mistake like information. While everyone else is counting hours, they're collecting insights. And that's the hidden difference. Eventually, effort alone reaches a ceiling. Learning doesn't. So if you've been training harder and harder but seeing fewer results, don't ask, "How can I do more?" Ask, "What am I failing to learn?" Because the next breakthrough in your football journey probably isn't hiding inside another hour of training. It's hiding inside a lesson you've been missing. And once you find it, improvement starts moving again. If this video changed how you think about football development, subscribe for more videos designed to help serious players train smarter, perform better, and reach levels most players never get close to. Because the goal isn't just to work hard, it's to get better.